What's going on here?
I was gonna have a baby.
Wait, we're doing that?
Yes! One. There you go. One.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Surprise. Before you left, I said it. Yes, you sat right over there.
What was I doing?
Crying for nothing.
Let me see y'all shirts.
What?
And your Cool Mama Cool Dance Club shirt.
On what?
Your Cool Mama Cool Dance Club shirt.
Oh, what's up?
Cheers. I got look at this shit.
With it?
I'm surprised, Marcus. Who you telling?
Okay, read that shirt. Read that shirt. No. The blue one.
Just the We're here. What's your favorite photo on here? Show them your favorite.
My favorite one?
Yeah.
Probably that one. Who knows? The next video y'all see after this one
He might
be us talking about the baby here. He that close. So
Yep.
swaying game now, y'all. Everybody be on standby, okay?
Okay, so I'm gonna put my hand here on your belly.
Okay.
And you're just gonna feel me touch. Okay, so
Okay.
here's my thumb. Do you want me to tell you what you're at? You're probably a good 4 or 5 centimeters. So, that's excellent.
Oh, okay.
It is.
Like,
So, no.
No.
Bag of waters is still intact. Baby's head is right there.
Okay.
So you're doing all the good things. Okay? So,
They feel better?
Feels so nice. Yeah.
Oh, beautiful. Hey.
So slimy.
yeah, he is slimy.
Oh my gosh. Thank you, Rhoda.
You're so
We're here. Yes, we're here. We're here. This is a whole human. Oh my gosh. I was starting to second guess myself.
I know.
What in the world?
You know, that's what labor does.
I guess so.
It makes us question
Yes.
everything.
Like, can I actually do this? Like, how's he gonna get out?
Yep, just like that.
Okay, buddy. We're here. Nice to meet you.
Oh, he's peeing.
Welcome.
So we know he poops, we know he pees.
Yes.
So that's all great.
Good job. Good job. What a feeling. Hi, buddy. Hi. Hi. I love you so much. I'm your mom.
Catching him was nuts. Woo, shoot.
You'll never forget that.
Whoa.
There's just like,
Welcome back, everyone. If you're new here, welcome. I'm Gerald,
I'm Simone.
and everybody say hello to little baby Gerald.
Little 3.
Little 3.
He has made his arrival.
Look at him. Now, we don't have him out here, obviously. He got to get his sleep, okay? Maybe we'll...
And we got to record this video.
Yeah, maybe we'll show y'all to him at the end of the video, but
Yeah.
he got to sleep.
It was one or the other. We
Yeah.
tried. He was out here originally. First of all, this is our 3rd time filming this video.
This is like our 8th time trying to film this video.
Yeah.
He cry or he move or something going on. We try to work the baby.
Yeah,
Something
third
happened.
day. Third day trying to film it,
Yeah.
but in each day we've tried multiple times in that day. Where he spits up, has a blowout, he's just not having it, might be crying. It's a plethora of things. And right now we're at his service. So
Yes.
whatever he needs, that's what we're doing.
He getting it together now, though.
Yeah.
He doing all right.
He's having a good nap right now. So this is our opportunity to film this. But we're excited to be back. We missed y'all. And we're parents.
Yeah, for real, for real.
That
Having a
is
great
great.
time. I'm having a great time anyway.
Yeah.
The
Me
best
too.
time.
Me too. It's been a journey, definitely, the last, 4 weeks. He's a month old now. And it has been, it's been a journey, but it's been a beautiful
This has been
journey.
great.
Yes. So we're going to tell you the story of,
Yeah, how he got here.
so yes, we found out we were pregnant. We knew, well, even before we were pregnant, we knew that home birth was a route that we wanted to take. I have a few friends that have had home birth and they raved about their experience and just how tailored it was to them and how it was nice just being at their own home. So it was definitely something that we were, looking into. We didn't have anybody picked out yet at this point, but it was something that we wanted to do.
Yeah, we wanted it good and comfortable. That's a big part of why we did. Like, we knew, y'all didn't know, but we knew when we were working on the room real hard to get that in order. It's like we wanted like a real nice, relaxing space, for her to labor in. And then also after she had them, just to go retreat, sit, kick it, hang back, have someone just ready to go.
Yes.
So that's why we were working real hard on the bedroom like that. And that's why we set it up that way too.
And it definitely came in handy.
Oh my goodness. It sure did.
Very, very comfortable.
She spent like the whole labor. I ain't gonna say, She spent like the whole labor in there.
Yeah. So home birth is something that we want to do, like I said. And so when we found out we were pregnant, we were kind of being a little bit lazy about finding someone. Maybe lazy is not the word, but we didn't have anyone picked out until
we didn't have a sense of urgency in getting the midwife picked out.
I was still trying to wrap my head around just even being pregnant. So there was definitely no urgency from my end. But I was still going to the just my regular doctor and getting my checkups and things like that. But as things started to progress, we were maybe about 15 weeks when we found the midwife that we had. So
still a good amount of time.
Yeah, it is, definitely.
Yeah, we were looking for a while. Like I'm not going to say
Casually.
a while. For like a week, we were like, okay, we got to find somebody. So we were looking for about a week, and it's so similar to how we found like this house, just this property. Had the Lord dropped it off on us, like very, very similar. Looking, never finding nothing, then just popping up. So like for a week, we're looking at different midwifery centers. I don't know what to call them. Is that what you'll call it? Like
practices.
Yeah, And we kept seeing some like in the surrounding area, but like none of them were like really hidden. Like we would look at it, it was just like, I don't know. And then we stopped. Or like, we got to pray about this. Like let's sit down, let's take this to the Lord and see what happens.
Yeah.
And then we looked again and I saw another one that was literally like 10 minutes away from us.
It was like 3 a.m.
It was early in the morning. Hadn't seen it the whole earlier in the week, and then we prayed and boom. So we're like, oh, okay. We haven't seen this one. Let's check this one out.
Check this one out.
So we click on that mug, and then we find there's like some video testimonials on there. So we're like, okay, cool. Wait, let's watch. Let's see what's going on here.
Let's watch it. That was the only one that had like testimonials as well. So we were like, oh, this is perfect. Like, what are the people saying about their experience? So we click on the thing, and then did he pop up? Did his name show up first? Well,
he was talking.
We saw a testimonial, and the guy was a black man.
Yeah, it was a black dude. We're like, oh, okay. Well, okay, cool. Black dude. Like, all right.
Like, let's see what this is about. So yeah, we click on it, and then you know how when in a testimonial, like their name will pop up or whatever.
Yeah, like scroll across the bottom of the screen or something.
And this man's name is Gerald.
So we was like, okay.
And I was like, okay.
All right.
I only know how many Geralds are there? Everybody can probably count on a couple of fingers how many Geralds they know within their lifetime. And it was just, we knew that at this point too that we were having a boy and that his name was going to be Gerald. So it was just
the
like
confirmation was wild.
Yeah, it was there. So it was very confirming. So we started to see her. And if you're unfamiliar with home births, like the process of home births, because I think there's a lot of maybe people just don't understand how it works because it can seem like crazy to people who are not familiar with the process of it, but you still have regular appointments just as normal. You still have your 20-week anatomy scan. Well, we did. This is our experience. So we had all of the same appointments that we would have if we went to a traditional doctor. Baby was good the entire time. And
there are also some prerequisites too that you have to meet to make sure you're able to do a home birth, to make sure you're not like an at-risk mother or something. So because obviously pregnancy comes with a lot of different things. So if you're high risk, home birth is probably not the route that you would take. And they probably wouldn't take you anyway. Yep. They will let you know.
They let you know. Yeah. So because of, where I was and just everything that was going on with me, I was able to see Rhoda as a midwife, and she was great. Really great. Really personable. We had no complaints with her. So
the first meeting, we was both kind of not on edge, but we was like, okay, we gotta make sure, because
vetting her out.
Yeah, you know how
any doctor really.
Any doctor, but especially like them type of practices like home birth and stuff. Some people can get into some type of stuff. So
it can get a little weird.
It can get into the that type thing. So we was like, we got to make sure, we got to see what's going on. So we walked in there, vetting her out. She had her worship music playing and stuff when we went in. And so we were like, okay, cool.
Very normal. Not on some crazy spirituality type stuff. Or what was the word?
No, like some mystic,
new age
type practice. And
there was none of that.
Definitely spiritual, but
in a good way.
She had a biblical approach to it. So that was cool.
Yeah, so she was great. So we have been seeing her this entire 9 months. Baby had been progressing great. You guys have been along on the journey with us throughout the entire pregnancy, and then it was time to give birth.
And if you are new, you can go back and watch a good amount of videos, kind of see what we were up to in preparation for it. But for those of y'all that was here, we was doing some prepping, y'all already know.
Yes.
But so now since y'all caught up to speed, well, now y'all up to where it's where the birth started kicking off.
Yes. So it's April 5th. And this is the day when things really started to, happen. Because
when they first started to happen, not when
it was a slow progression.
Yeah.
But before that point, we were in this limbo state of like knowing that something big was coming, but not being there quite yet.
Yeah, we're like any day now. She could just be like, here he comes. Like, this is nuts.
Yes. Any second I could have that first contraction, cramp, whatever, or that first sign of a baby labor starting to happen. So it's April 5th, and it's about 8 o'clock in the morning, and I have some slight spotting, which is very normal. But that was like a sign to me that, like, okay, things are happening. At this point, I didn't have any cramping or anything like that, but the slight spotting lasted throughout the day. Did you know that?
She didn't even tell me.
I think
she didn't tell me on the 5th. Because she told me the next day on the 6th. No, listen. So the next day on the 6th is kind of when it starts picking up a little bit more. And we go to my parents' house. We went to mom and dad's house.
That's right.
We went to my parents' house on the 6th.
Right.
So maybe at like 11 that morning, she tells me that she thinks she'd been having some contraction and stuff. I was like, what?
Okay, well,
and I'm like, she had like 2 or 3.
But
that were like 15, 20 minutes apart.
With notes.
Okay, look.
This says slight spotting, last throughout the day, no cramping on the 5th. The 6th, the day we went to your parents' house, that's when I had some.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. The 5th.
But you said I didn't tell you anything.
She didn't tell me anything on the 5th. On the 6th, the next day, after she had like some actual contractions, probably they were like 15, 20 minutes apart. She had like 3 and didn't tell me until about the 3rd one. And then she proceeds to say, well, yesterday, I think that I had some, and then says some stuff happened the day before.
So now it's kind of coming back to me. Because obviously this is my first time, so I'm not really knowing what's happening, what's going on. So on the 6th, I did go back and write on the 5th that, okay, yesterday, I did have some this, and that. But yes, on the 6th, I did start having some mild contractions. But I'm not one who gets period cramping. So I'm not too familiar with like, okay, this is what it feels like. And obviously, I don't know the difference between crampings for labor anyway. There's just a lot of unknown in the situation. Yeah. So I was kind of taking it in like, okay, what am I feeling? Before I say anything, like let me take mental note for myself of like what's going on. And then I let Gerald know, like, okay, you know what? This is the 3rd one I've had. I'm seeing a pattern here. Let me let him know. Yeah. That's what it was.
So she finally let me know. On the 6th.
Yes.
So we go to mom and dad's house. They like 15, 20 minutes apart. Yeah. Like good amount of space. So I'm like, oh, okay, cool.
They cooked that day. Gerald had his little notepad.
I was going crazy.
Trying to write down each
how far
contraction.
Apart they were, how long they was lasting. I wrote down, so I was writing them all out.
He did.
And then she got a little app. But anyway, so we're at our parents' house. They're like 15, 20 minutes apart.
Yep.
And then.
No, this says 1 hour. Maybe 1 every hour.
Nah, when we were at mom and dad's house, they started picking up.
Don't y'all find it interesting how you could have the same experience as someone else, but how you could go through the same thing as someone else, but they have a completely different experience.
I had the whole notebook and I'm writing stuff down. I could tell you what they were on the way.
I'm trying to figure out why my notes say 1 every hour.
Well, that ain't the truth. Because when we was at mom and dad's house, they was like, when we sat down and were eating, she had a few.
But what day was that?
That was the 6th. See, all them notes. And then got this. So anyway, we're at mom and dad's house.
Okay. Here is. See, I know I'm correct. 1 to 2 a.m., mild contractions. I had to breathe through them. Midday on the 6th is when they started to pick up frequency. But you skipped over the whole...
Because you didn't tell me any of this until before we went to mom and dad's house. You didn't say any of that. Any early morning on the 6th and the 5th, I didn't know anything until the middle of the day.
All right. Okay. That's correct. Yes.
So we're 15 and 20 minutes apart at mom and dad's house.
Yes.
We're there. So we're like, okay, cool. We get done eating. And as we're there, they're like picking up a little bit in intensity, but not necessarily. They're still about 15, 20 minutes apart.
Yeah. This was me when they would come. Like, I would just literally be like, that.
Yeah.
Like, it wasn't anything crazy. I just had to breathe through it and we're good.
Yeah. So we get home and then after we had been home for a little bit, real quickly after that, maybe like the next hour or so, Simone was like laid out.
Yeah.
Day near. She was struggling.
Yeah.
I was just like, okay.
I could not sleep that night. It was like just bad enough for me to not be able to sleep through it. I don't know.
Bad enough to not sleep through it. And then also they were just spaced far enough apart. They were like, at this point, they were like 5 minutes apart, roughly.
Yep, 5 minutes.
So it was like the second she would like snore once or twice, and then another one would hit, she was back up.
I've seen some people say that they could sleep through a contraction. How? How can you? I'm not understanding how that is possible. But there was no sleeping for me. Literally, this night I was up we finally got an app. We finally downloaded the contraction app, so where it's easy just to press the button to know how long and the frequency between contractions. So I felt like I was pressing that button the entire night. So I was not sleeping, very restless. And then at like 3 a.m. they intensified even more.
Yeah. So around, I want to say midnight-ish, 1 o'clock, she had a period where they were getting pretty long, probably like 40-ish seconds around there, and they were like 3 to 4 minutes apart. And I was like, this is getting kind of wild.
Yeah.
Let me go ahead and call the midwife. So I was hesitant to call her at first. I was like, it's 12 in the morning, 1 o'clock. I was like, I don't want to wake her up. And I was like, let me call the woman for this baby pop out right in the bed. So I called her, and she said everything was cool, everything was good. Let her know when I can't remember what stage she said to call her when she gets to. So, but she was like, everything's fine. She said it's good, she's moving along well. So we're like, okay, cool.
Yep.
So I put the phone down, and I just kind of stared at her for the rest of the night and kept track of stuff.
Yeah. So now we're into the 7th, on the 7th.
Right. We were supposed to go and meet with Rhoda again for another appointment. Well, the appointment was supposed to be at 3, but when, let's say around 10:30, 11 o'clock, someone was going through it.
Oh my God.
They were intense. They were long. They were pretty close together. So I called Rhoda and I let her know. I'm like, something happened. Well, not something happening, but it's definitely getting a little intense out here. And then she came to us.
Yep.
Because we were going to call her again, like as it was getting closer to the appointment, to see where Simone was. And if they were still how they were or any worse, we we're going to be like, we ain't going to be able
We cannot get in that car.
Because she was like, if we do over there, you're going to have to drive 2 miles an hour.
Like literally, we might as well walk, because I cannot sit in the vehicle. It don't matter how fast we going. Like, I'm in a moving vehicle and I am feeling like I need to no, there's no way that I was getting in the car.
So Rhoda came over to check on everything. She came to check on Simone. Had her lay down, listen to the baby's heartbeat, and then
did a cervical check
to see where Simone was. And I think you were, what?
She said I was 4 centimeters dilated. And at that point, I felt so defeated, because I felt like I had just gone through the ringer of back to back to back contractions. And it literally felt like someone was beating me up. And I was getting beat down. And as I was getting beat down, someone else come and was beating me down from another direction. And it was back to back to back.
That's how she looked, too.
And so when she said 4 centimeters dilated, I didn't act like, disappointed, but in my head, I was so defeated. Like, you're kidding me.
She was excited, though. She said, this is really good. She said she was moving along great. Yeah.
In my head, I'm just like, are you serious? Like, if I just went through that and I'm only for what is next.
Well, I tell you what, shortly after Rhoda left, boy, them things started going crazy. Like we said before, we had an appointment with her at 3 that day.
At her office.
Yes, at her office. And she had other appointments too. So she was like, okay, let me go take care of some other appointments, whatever. Again, call me if you need anything. So we're like, okay, cool. Man, shortly after she left, them things kicked in to overdrive. It was crazy.
Overdrive point. overdrive 2.0 because the last one I felt like it was overdrive.
No, this was overdrive. Before, okay, yeah, these look pretty rough. These here, I'm just sitting there staring at it like, it's kind of crazy. They were,
oh my God.
Every contraction she had was probably like a minute and a half to like 2 minutes long.
Yes.
And then they would literally be like 20 seconds apart,
20 seconds apart.
And there was a period of like, let's say 40 minutes to an hour where it was like contraction just enough for her to breathe once or twice, another one. And I'm just sitting there like, this is crazy. So Rhoda,
Come on back.
We need you to get back here. So she said, okay, cool. So her assistant came while she was wrapping stuff up. So her assistant got there real quick. And then Rhoda came right behind her. And it was just from about like 2 o'clock. Well, what was it? Like 1 o'clock until 5?
Yeah.
5 or 6. It was that intensity.
I literally don't remember any.
That close, that intense. Like it was absolutely nuts.
It's like I had to lock in for real. Like, cause there was nothing else. There's nothing else I could do. I literally had to lock in. Like, okay, my word for the entire experience was going into it, knowing, okay, this is a natural birth. You have to surrender to the process. There is no, like, the more you fight it, the longer the process will be. So that was my word going into it. And that's what I really wanted to focus on, was just surrendering to what's happening to my body, like what my body is doing. Like, this is pain, but it's with purpose. Like, this will bring my son into the world. Like, that is the focus I had to have to get through those back-to-back long contractions. Because if I were to give into what I was like feeling, the pain, and you know, you just want to scream and just, there's just so much more that you could do in terms of like reacting to the pain, but that will only make it worse, and that will only make it go even longer. So I was really trying to focus on surrendering. Now, it was hard now. Like, it was very hard, but that was what I was trying to do.
Yeah. Like the group of contractions before that too, like earlier that day when they were like pretty rough, but not as intense as they were, you know, around like 1 o'clock. I was sitting there like, okay, like cool, like yeah, they intense, but you know, I'm here. Like I got this, but like, okay, I'm here. The support, I'm there, moving, shaking, doing this, that, and the other. No, I'm, you know, saying words and scriptures and stuff over. I'm like, this cool. Yeah. Man, when them hard ones started hitting, I was like,
oh my gosh.
Like, I was sitting there like, okay, I don't know what to do anymore. Like, I'm kind of still there, like supporting her, but as far as what to say or what to speak or anything, like there was a point where I was, like I got stripped down to everything, and I surrendered. Like I literally sat, I remember it very clearly, we were standing, like she was kind of standing on the corner in the room by the mirror and by the bathroom. And I was sitting there, I'm like, I have no idea what to do. Yep. So I'm like praying. So I asked the Lord, I'm asking him like, what do I do? And it was so funny. I was in front of you at this point. So I'm in front of her, and then he would like say a word to me. He would say like a rock or sway or something. So I'm like, oh, okay, cool. So like I'll sway with her, and then someone would like nod when I did it. Because I'm not talking. Yeah, she was supposed to say anything. The entire time. Couldn't say anything. So then I had been like breathing with her the whole time. So then he was like, okay, now breathe. So then I would breathe. So I would breathe with her. She would breathe with me. And then I came around like with like support her belly, whatever, from the back. Like he's telling me to do all this. And like each thing that he told me to do, it's like when I did it, Simone would like nod and be like, yeah. Okay, I was like, this is wild. He's sitting here talking to me. Like, this is good. Like he's talking me through this for real, like coaching me.
Yeah, we had talked through like before, obviously going into this entire thing, like, okay, what does support look like? But for me, I really did not truly know what support I would need in that moment, because I haven't been through it. So how can I speak to the actual support that I needed? So everything that, you know, he was praying about and he got a word for was exactly what I needed in that moment. It really helped. It just really helped me.
Crazy. Tell me, grab the ball, sit down. Okay, cool. Okay, let's sit down. I'm just like, this is nuts. This is hilarious. Like he really was there with us walking through it. Yeah. So when that was happening, before that, I was supposed to get we're supposed to have them in the birth pool.
Yeah.
So
that was the plan all along. All 9 months, that was the plan.
Yeah. Her sister and her mom were there helping out a ton, getting stuff set up, helping us get prepared. Just, hands on deck for, whatever. So the pool was, the temperature wasn't right in there. So
hold on. Because, during these intense contractions, before the days had even started, we are in preparation mode. Obviously, we just talked about everything that we had to do for the house to get prepared. But there was also a list of from the midwife of everything that we had to do and get as far as supplies goes and things like that. So I am a very prepared person.
Oh my! I forgot about all that.
Very important.
Why you saying it like that?
Hold on, just let me go.
Oh goodness!
I am a very prepared person. Give me a list, and I'm gonna knock off that list. Everything's gonna be checked off. So everything on my list, our list, was checked off. Everything ordered. We had run through everything together. So here we are on the 7th. You don't put the pool up early. You put it up at a certain point. So when it was time to put the pool up, the water hose was broken. The water hose that we got.
So put the hose in, get the pool set up, put the hose in the pool, turn the water on. The seam of the entire hose, all along the entire length of the hose, water coming out. I was just like, what?
He's trying to hide stuff. Well, not trying to hide. He's trying to protect my peace at this point.
Yeah, I'm not telling. I don't want to tell her anything.
On everything. I know when things are happening and things are going on. So I see him. He's calmly walking back and forth from the room to the living room, from the baby's room to the living room. And in my mind, it's I just know some things, I don't know. So I'm I know he's filling up the pool. That's what he's working on. But why is he walking back and forth so many times? Why does it require that many back and forth?
Towels. I'm mad. I'm trying.
But he's calm.
I'm being real calm, right? Because I don't want to throw her off. She's in the middle of going through it. So I'm I got to eat this. But I'm mad. I'm hot. Oh my goodness, I'm hot. So I'm trying to figure out. I'm getting towels. I'm throwing them down. Her mama got there and helped me out, and then my parents came in clutch. I called my mom and asked her if she could get some fresh new hoses, so she was able to pick those up. She got them to my dad. My dad got them over here. We got them set up, hooked up, so then we were able to get water to the pool. So we're okay, cool, great. I'm fantastic. Turn the water on. Let me get back to my wife and get back in here as a porter. Cool.
So I said, okay, Gerald, I need you. At this point, I was I need you to lock in, because not that he wasn't locked in, but he just was. When I say he was running, he was ripping and running, doing everything this day. He was on 10 in a good way. So yeah, go ahead.
I get back to I'm okay, cool. The pool's filling up. Let me get back in here, and then we'll be smooth.
Yes.
So I'm in there, and the contractions picking up like a mug. So the water's running. I was oh yeah, the water's running in the tub. Let me go shut the water off. I don't want nothing to overflow. So I get up, I go in there, I touch the water, cold. I said, oh my goodness.
And it's supposed to be warm because the pool has a heater on it, right? It won't heat the water up, but whatever temperature water you put in there, it'll maintain that temperature. It'll keep the temperature.
So it needed to be around body temperature, 98, 97 degrees, something like that.
Yep.
I get it, I touch it cold. And I'm okay, I can't, the heater ain't gonna heat it up. If this baby get ready to come, the thing gonna be cold. So I'm
we wouldn't be able to use it.
Wouldn't be able to use it. So I'm oh my goodness. So I'm okay, let's think this through. So I grabbed a bowl and turned the water off. I'm okay, I'm gonna turn the water off, let the water heater sit for a minute, get some hot water back in there. I took a bowl, I opened the window because the pool is set up in the nursery.
Yeah.
So I opened his window, got a bowl, I'm just dumping water out the window, back and forth, right? So when we put water in there, it warms up faster.
Yes.
So I do that, I run to the kitchen, I get some pots out, I fill the pots up, put them on the stove so they can get up, get some hot water. And then Mariah and her sister and her mom started doing the same. They started doing that, taking care of that. So we got to get some hot water. So I'm telling them okay, in about an hour, 45 minutes or so, could turn the water back on. We might have some hot water. But
I didn't know any of this was happening.
Yeah.
I knew the water was not at temperature, but I didn't know they were boiling.
oh my
hot.
goodness. And, we're all over the place. Like I'll run back in the room, be there with Simone for a second,
Yeah.
and then I'll run. I'm like, I'll be right back. And then I ran out, couldn't find your thermometer to even see what the temperature of the water was. I'm like, oh my gosh. And I'm trying not to be mad. I asked her,
He
like,
hungry.
I'm starving. I'm like, do you know what the thermometer? I'm trying to like be nice and calm because we're
was
supposed to have a
very
thermometer
calm.
there.
Yes.
So after she knew where it was,
Yeah.
and she said, and I didn't want to tell her it's not there. So I'm just like, okay, it wasn't there. So then we can't find the other thermometer we have. So I'm just like,
Yeah.
I'm like, oh goodness. But
It was there though.
yeah, we ended up finding
Yeah.
it.
Yeah. We found it.
But Mariah and her mama, they started taking care of it. So I'm like, okay,
Yes.
cool. Like they looked out. So
Yeah.
we're like, okay, great. So I get back in the room and I'm in there with her for real this time. I'm in there with her for real. So
Because it's really starting to be for real.
yeah, it's really starting to be for real.
Like each stage we think it's for real, but
It's
it was
starting
for
to get
real.
real.
this
So we
time.
say all that to say, after she had those contractions for a long time, around like 6 o'clock when Rhoda was there, she was like, you want to move to the pool or something, whatever? So Simone was like, okay, yeah. So we got up,
Yep.
went there, and then she got into the pool. And that
Oh my
she
gosh.
was acting like she was at the 10-star luxury
that
spa.
It felt amazing. Like I felt like a human again. Like because up until then I was just it's almost like I was blacked out, but not blacked out. Like I was definitely experiencing everything that I was experiencing, but everything, this whole entire thing, I keep relating back to like running in my track days because that is just the correlation I make. Like when you're running, when you are locked in at a big race, you know, you're getting ready, let's say it's NCAA championships, and I'm getting ready for the race. As soon as that gun goes off, there's no more thinking. There's just running and that's it. Like you don't really come back until you cross that finish line. So it's like, that is literally what I was experiencing, laboring through all those long contractions back to back. And when I got into that pool, it's like I woke up like, oh my gosh, this is amazing.
Yeah.
I felt so relaxed, so nice.
Yeah. The problem was, though, if Rhoda was telling us this too, like water, like in the tub and stuff, will slow
It
down
can slow down labor.
the labor.
Yeah.
Which it did.
It did. I was too relaxed.
And she got real relaxed. She was fine over there. She got out of there. It was moving and shaking.
Yeah.
Like she was cool.
Because you can only, well, from our experience, you can only stay in the pool for about an hour at a time, and then you need a little break before you get back in. I took a shower, refreshed myself a little bit, and then Rhoda asked me like, okay, how are you feeling? We did a little check-in to see how things were going, and then we decided to do some exercises to move the labor along a little bit faster now, since they had completely slowed down. So we're like, okay, we need to pick things up again. So we did, I think it's called the mile circuit is what we actually did. So if you're familiar with that, that's what we did to get things back rolling. And surely did they get back rolling.
Yeah.
Rolling again.
They were rolling.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. So at this point, it's probably around, let's say 9 o'clock.
Yeah, about 9 o'clock.
Like 9, 10 o'clock rolls around. They're intense again, but now they're like hitting to where she's like bearing down intense.
Like, oh my gosh.
I'm just sitting there like, whoa. Like I was like, I want the baby born at home, right? Like I want him here. Like this is what we wanted. I want it real bad too. And I'm sitting there and I'm trying to encourage her, right? Encourage her, tell her she's doing great. This, that, and the other. In the back of my head, I'm like, if she tell me right now to take her to the hospital,
Let's wrap it
I
up.
would go get. I'm finna go get the keys, and we finna bounce. Because I'm just sitting there watching. I'm like, this is.
Oh my god.
I'm like, God, at this point, at any time, like with faith, it's always going to be tested. It's always going to be tested, especially when you're at like a pivotal moment in your life, like a big moment in your life. Your faith is going to be like, the Lord will make it a point, right, to allow you to be stripped completely down.
Yeah.
To see what are you made? What's your faith made of?
Yeah.
What is it founded in? Is it founded in the truth? Is it founded in lie? If it's founded in lie, if it's founded on sand, you gonna crumble. If it's founded in truth, you're gonna be, but you will get whittled all the way down till you have nothing left but your faith sitting there. And at this point, I'm just like, this is
because it started to get like, are we crazy?
Like how is
like
this
that
finna
crazy
happen?
faith? Period. Just
Crazy.
like this house. Like, are we crazy for doing this? Like, what are we doing?
And there seemed like as we're sitting there, right? So I mean, they're just like dumb intense. And we're just like, there's no way, not no way, but the attack, right? The war there again, we're at the end, enemy there, then with our faith, like, how's this going to happen? Like, can we even do this? Can we
and
really do this?
And it's our first time doing this too, so we're unfamiliar with the process. With each contraction intensifying, but still my water hadn't broken. I hadn't lost my mucus plug yet, so it's just like, it seemed like we're laboring and nothing is happening.
Nothing's happening.
Like all of this intense pain and nothing is happening. Nothing is progressing, even though it really is.
It don't feel like it. Oh my goodness, it don't. It really don't.
And I was really starting to get discouraged at this point too, because I'm like, man, I feel like I'm doing so much work because just so much work with each contraction, but nothing is happening. And
then, my fault.
No, go ahead.
And then on top of that, so we tell Rhoda, and she was like, you want to get in the tub again? We can move to the tub. Like, okay, it might be time. So we're like, okay, cool, right? So we're already, right, we're at the beginning of discouragement, but they're intense. They're there like, okay, like maybe something will happen. So she gets into the tub. The contractions are hitting hard again.
Hitting in the tub.
In the tub, right? So I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
Is this going to be the one where you come out?
Yeah.
And with each one, it's like, okay, nothing's happening or moving. And then they started spacing out farther and farther apart.
Yes.
And her labor slowed down all over again. And we're just like, oh,
and it's like, I'm doing all this work, with each contraction, it felt like, okay, we're getting there. It felt like I was needing to push. And like with each contraction, that's what it felt like. And then when they started to slow down, I was just like, no. It was like, yes, thank you, because I get a break. But also no, because I need him to be here. Like, I don't want to continue this process over and over again.
Yeah.
So.
It was wild, though. When she was in that tub that second time, during those pushes and stuff, like, I'm there running around, handing her water, supporting everything. But I was like looking. I think I told her. Yeah, I told you, but I'm sitting there like looking, and I'm like, that's this process, and in that moment too, there is literally no one on earth, period, that I had and have more respect for than her. Watching her go and doing all this, respect through it. I ain't gonna say 99. Any man that I know. Man, let's go to the hospital. Give me this shot. We finna get. I was just sitting there like, this is wild. My respect to any women in general going
the whole
thing.
Yeah,
I got all the respect in the world for y'all.
It's intense.
But that mug, absolutely nuts. I said, this is crazy.
Oh my God,
this crazy. So yeah, everything slowed down.
Everything slowed down again.
We were just like, okay, like. So she gets out of the tub and we're just like,
we're discouraged.
Oh, what do we do?
Oh my gosh.
Like, is this, again, those thoughts that we were having before? Is this really what's supposed to be doing? Is it really going to work? Can this really happen? They're that louder. Them voices are even louder now.
Yeah.
Even louder. So then the frequency starts picking up again. We were in the bathroom.
Yeah, we were.
And I'm sitting there. The only things I could say and talk to her was literally just scripture. I can't even remember exactly what
all I needed.
Saying.
Don't say anything else.
What was I saying? One of them was, looking unto Jesus, the author and finisher of our faith, who for the joy that was set before him, endured the cross, despising the shame. That was one of the verses I kept saying to her, to focus on the end, right? The joy on the other side, the enduring. And then also, there's some scripture talking about how a woman travailing in labor, how she no longer remembers the travail once the baby is born, but there's just joy. So I'm just like, we got to focus, like the joy. Focus on the
shift
joy.
our focus,
The joy.
yeah.
We have to stay there. We have to stay there. Christ has set the example. We have to stay there. Literally, that's all I could. That's the only things I could speak to her was those truths. Was
And
that faith there?
The faith that I had in this moment, size of a mustard seed. Like, it was just so hard and intense. And it was like that crossroad moment when it's like, okay, it's like you're just at that moment where it's like everything has been taken and you're just left with the faith of a mustard seed, literally. And that's all you need. That's all you need.
That's literally it. So we move from there. We're in the bathroom for a bit, and she's just like tired. Maybe I should try to lay down or something.
Yeah.
And maybe close my eyes. So I'm like, okay, cool. So we lay down, and again, intense contraction. We'll stop. She maybe got her eyes closed for like 5 minutes.
Yeah.
And then one woke her up out of her sleep again.
Yes.
And it was like real intense, right? So what I would do is like I would push like counter pressure on her low back, and that helped out a lot.
Yeah.
So she woke up out of her sleep, and so I'm pushing. So I'm like pushing like this, and then all I hear is it literally sounded like somebody threw a water balloon and hit the bed with like literally a water balloon.
We were both like, wait, what happened?
I was like, did your water just break? Turn the light on. So I got up and I turned the light on, and her water broke.
Yeah.
So in this, like the second that happened, I'm like, okay, spark.
Here we go.
There's something.
This was all we needed.
Yeah, something's happening.
Yes.
So I'm like, okay, cool. So I jump up. I tell Rhoda, I'm like, I think her water just broke. So her and the assistant, they're like, oh, great. Like, okay. So they get up.
Everybody comes to the room.
They come into the room, right? They get her up. Do you want to say this part?
Oh yeah, they are helping me clean up whatever. And she's like, okay, let's get back to the pool. She's trying to move me to the room.
In the middle of her
to the pool.
In the middle of her trying to move Simone to the pool, Simone just sitting there, I'm like,
ain't no pool no more.
Like I can't, so like we not gonna get to the pool. We not gonna get there.
Forget the pool. It's time. He coming right now.
He coming right now.
And that's literally what it felt like. I don't care about that pool. I don't care about nothing. Like this water breaking is all I needed to keep moving forward. Like, okay, it's time to get him out. I'm tired of him being inside of me. I need him to be earthside.
Oh my gosh.
So that, like, literally, when we say the faith, the size of a mustard seed is that's all you need. Yep.
So.
And it was when the water broke. It was on. It was time to go anyway. Like.
Go time.
Like
Water
there was
broke, it was time.
Yeah.
Man, when they got her up out the bed, after that lady said, let's move to the pool, it was all like, I can't, like this baby head right here. Hey, Simone was spun around, leaned over on the bed, and we like, he's gonna come right here.
Right here.
So she up, like she's standing at first. Each push,
working with the,
it's like her knees would buckle a little bit more, and she just like slowly fall into the ground. She just slowly crumpling there.
Because with each contraction, he's coming at this point. Now that the water has broken, each contraction, working with each contraction to bring him down. Like, come on out, boy.
Get down there.
Yeah.
Right, so I'm like, okay, whoa, this is crazy. So I'm trying to say, she in the middle of pushing, right?
Yeah. Yes.
So the way she's pushing is kind of.
Now at this point, I'm making noise.
Yeah, she's making.
Before this, I'm not really. I'm.
She not pushing before. Yeah. She pushing now to get it out.
Yeah, I was laboring quietly, I guess, before. At this point, there was no quiet.
It ain't no quiet. Like, hey, look, we all hands on. It's time to go.
Yeah.
So she pushing, right? And there's a way.
From our classes.
Yeah, from our classes, there's a way to breathe, to tonal sounds to make in order to work with your body, to work with the contraction to push the baby out. Like there's a way to do it.
Yes.
And even like instinctively too, right? I just kind of know like the sounds and stuff that she's making. Like she's straining too hard. She's real high, like up here. So I'm saying like I know this, right? But I'm like she in the middle of pushing, so I can't be like, hey, you you ain't really doing this right. You got you
screaming wrong.
You screaming wrong. You ain't doing this right. So I'm sitting there like, I know it's wrong, but I'm like, if I say the wrong thing, she gonna turn around and well,
yeah.
It's over with for me. I ain't never gonna get to meet my son. So I'm like, so right when I'm trying to figure out how to formulate it,
figure out the word.
Rhoda comes in and tells her, hey, you're up here like this. I need you to be down here. Like
really
so.
bear down with it.
So I'm like, so I'm relieved. I'm like, thank you.
Yeah.
So
and all I said was okay to her because it came from the right person. Like if Gerald would have said that, I probably would have been a little like, what are you talking about? But yes, Rhoda said it to me and instantly started to do that. More progress. Like I literally was feeling like, oh my God, she's coming.
So I'm down there, right? My job, I'm catching the baby.
Yes, like that was our plan, whether we was in the water or not.
Yeah, I was gonna catch the baby, right? So I'm down there, right? I'm like, okay, cool stuff, but like here, it's still, even the fact that she's in the middle of pushing, Rhoda talking about she coming, she there, it's still like isn't all the way there. And I'm like, this baby really, is the baby really finna be here? Until Rhoda's like, oh, there's his face.
There's his face.
I'm like,
yes.
Huh? She's like, you want to see? I'm like, yeah, I guess. So I peeped down like this, and his face just right there. I'm like, I'm trying not to panic because he gray.
Yeah.
His face right there. Nothing is happening in his face. He's stale faced. I don't see no breathing. I'm just like, is he okay? He all right? But Rhoda not tripping, so I'm like, oh, well, he must be fine. But I'm like, I'm like jumping back and forth real fast. If he all right to, what's happening?
Yeah.
And I'm like looking real close, and I kind of see some fluid in his nose and moving a little bit. I'm like, okay, like he cool. His face get right there. Simone push one more time, and he popped right out in my hand.
He plopped out, and I was so, thank you, Lord.
And I was like,
I didn't even turn around right away.
She showed
I was just like, oh my God,
Simone just out there. Thank you, Lord. She yelling, thank you, the Lord.
Oh my God.
I'm down there. I'm leaned on her because I'm finna pass out, but I'm not gonna pass out because I'm like, out of like, like blood, fluid, whatever.
Yeah.
I'm like the joy was hitting me so hard that I'd be like, ooh, let me catch myself. Then I'd come back and I sit back up and get laughing like, oh, let me bend back down. It's great. I'm finna fall all the way out. So he come up out there and I'm just like, this is the craziest thing. Oh, he making noise. He yelled. He looked crazy. Looked like a little alien sitting there. I'm like, this is
oh my God,
the wildest thing of all time.
Wildest thing ever. So I finally turned around, because at that moment I was just like we did it. He's here. No more contractions. No more anything. He's here. I hear him crying. So I knew he was okay. So I was just like taking a minute to thank you, Lord. Like, just thank you for allowing me to get through this. Allowing my son to be here. Like, just all of this. So finally turned around, and come to find out my umbilical cord was only like this long.
Yeah, so she had to hold him down.
I had to hold him down here. And they said, well, if we did end up going into the water,
she wouldn't have been able to bring him up.
Yeah,
because her umbilical cord was too short, so he would have. Yeah, it wouldn't have worked out in there anyway. So the fact that he was born
where he was
the Lord doing stuff again. Yeah. Only he would have known that.
Yeah.
So yeah, it wouldn't have worked out in the pool anyway.
Mm-hmm. So. I'm holding him down here all awkwardly, and then we cut the cord finally, had him in my arms, and it was just such a surreal moment to know, like, we found out about you a whole 9 months ago, and this past 2 days have been so intense in order to bring you into this world as well, and now you're finally here.
Yeah, here you are.
Just amazing experience.
At that point on,
nothing else mattered.
Nothing else mattered.
And then at that point, recovery started. So recovery had been pretty seamless. I had no complications or anything.
Yeah, she was moving around.
Yep, great care of me. Things were great. We were able to enjoy the bedroom that we just redid. Has been amazing. Yeah.
Some
family started to come and see him slowly. and it's been great.
It's been fantastic. The Lord, like, it's been nuts. The Lord, like, used him to, like, talk to me for a couple of weeks. Like, I'm talking to him, but he crying or something. I'm talking to him as a father. It's the things that God is speaking to me as a father to me, and then through to him. So it's like, I'm talking to him, but God talking to me. So I'll be talking to the baby, but crying at the same time because God talking. I'm like, this is the craziest thing of all time. And that type of stuff, it keeps happening. And he just showed me so much about his heart through this process. It's been.
This is Gerald's baby, okay?
Having a fantastic time.
This is his little sidekick, for sure.
That's my dude, man. Yeah, that's my little dude.
It's great to see. And it's great to see Gerald as a father now. Like, he has been amazing. Now, let me go back, because I just say recovery was great. Recovery was great. But that first night, I did not have it together at all. Shoot. Gerald was telling me the day after, like, I was sleepwalking and just
good.
out
Simone
of it.
Already sleepwalk. Like,
occasionally.
Well, I ain't gonna say sleepwalk, but she'll like sleep talk or she'll like sit up in her sleep and like she just be doing stuff sometimes.
But I be remembering sometimes, like what I be doing. Yeah. But I just be so tired.
Boy, she did. Actually, this wasn't the first night. This was like the second night.
Okay.
Because the first night we were up for like 2 days straight because we were like, is he getting any food?
Right.
We didn't know. It was a trust the process moment. We don't know.
Breastfeeding,
Yeah, we don't know if anything's coming out or not.
Getting.
So we don't know. So the first 2 nights we just up. And then at the same time, he wouldn't sleep unless you were holding him. So, I mean, I let her sleep because one, she needed rest, and two, the sleepwalking, so it would get dangerous if she tried to hold her or something and she fall asleep. And so I'm like,
I didn't even want to.
Let me let her sleep. I'll stay up, and when he cry, he can eat her or whatever. But like the second, so she stayed up all night the first night with me, basically. The second night, she kind of did too. The third night, I was like, okay, like, no, really get some rest. But she kind of sleep deprived at this point. So I'm holding the baby. She stand up and is like falling all over. And I'm sitting there watching her like, what? Like, hey, she'd stumble and bumble all the way across to my side of the bed.
Yeah.
I was talking gibberish, and I'm just like, go lay down. Just like I'm fine. Like, go lay down. She's stumbling, bumbling. I think she finna get back in the bed. That chair that's over in the corner that she got, I don't know how she made it over there. I don't know how she was able. She literally fell into the chair, fell asleep. They go wake up a couple hours later and talk about something. How'd I get over here? So,
oh my God.
Yeah, she wasn't allowed to hold the baby the first few nights.
I would not be, my mind was not there. Like, I was just so tired. But I would wake up and he would hand me the baby to feed the baby. And that's all I remember. Feeding the baby. I don't remember even the baby. I don't remember anything. Like, he would help him latch and everything.
She wouldn't even really know she was feeding him. She would kind of be there. I help him latch and everything. I would sit there. I'll hold his head, hold him. She just laying there like this.
Like, oh my gosh. Yeah, I've never been so tired before in my life.
And I figured it would be like that. Simone is asleep. Simone needs her sleep. Like, she needs her. If Simone don't get her sleep, it's a problem. So like, okay, if there's anything this woman gonna need, it's gonna be sleep. So if I gotta stay up, literally the first 3 or 4 days, I think I got a total of 4 hours of sleep.
Probably, yeah.
Like, it was, but I'm like, 'cause she needs to sleep. Yeah. Like, she has to.
Gerald held it down, okay, because I was, like I said, I was not mentally there, like, just so tired. But finally got some rest. Now we're good. So we're still, obviously he's just a baby, so he has to eat throughout the night. Mm-hmm. But I would say overall he's a pretty good sleeper.
Yeah. He only wakes up like 2 times during the night. He'll sleep for a few hours, wake up, feed, sleep for another few hours. Like, so.
Yeah. And he'll go right back down.
Yep.
We don't have any problems. So let's hope it stays that way.
The first time he did it, because before that, like, I would kind of was able to take a nap sometimes because her mom or Mariah would come over.
Oh, Mariah stayed with us.
Yeah, Mariah stayed with us for a few days. It helped. That was a ton of help.
Amazing.
Oh my goodness. So I was able to like retreat during the day.
Yep. She was feeding us, laundry, cleaning up. I mean, like, everything.
Yeah.
So
But I would take a nap. I would wake up. This is on like the third or fourth day. I would wake up after taking a nap or something, more tired than I was when I felt. It was literally like I blinked. I would be asleep for like 3 or 4 hours. But it would be like I blinked and nothing happened. But the first night where he actually slept a few hours and we were able to sleep,
like we started to,
I was like, that's all I needed. That's literally all I need. Just a few hours of sleep a night. So
it's like we started to get a little bit of a routine.
Yeah.
Like he's still so new, so we're ready for anything. But it's like he started to get into his own little routine. So things have been great. We've had a few rocky nights for sure, but overall it has been pretty good. So we're learning him. He's starting to smile and react to some things that we're doing.
Yep.
And it's just been a journey, a beautiful journey. We are so happy that he's here. I'm so happy that he's out of my body.
Yeah.
I love. Yeah, I love
that y'all finally able to see him, because I know y'all didn't wait the whole time with us.
Yes.
And then y'all been waiting for a whole extra month and knowing he been here.
Yep.
I know y'all like, okay.
Yeah,
like all right.
What's going on? Yeah, we've been trying to keep y'all updated on the community tab.
Yeah.
Cause y'all been right here with us. So definitely,
Some of y'all will check and ask, like y'all send us emails or something asking if we're all right, if we haven't posted everything for a while.
Yeah.
Or y'all like leave comments on other videos. Check the community tabs, posts or something if y'all haven't heard from us for a while. More than likely, we're kind of keeping updates going on there. So there or Instagram.
Yeah.
But
Gerald as a dad, I think I already said that.
Yeah. Simone as a mama.
But
oh my goodness.
It really is something to see your partner become a new chapter of themselves. Is really, really amazing.
It's fantastic. But yeah, we got a decent little routine going now. The summer, spring here, everything outside finna pick up. So we finna be rocking, rolling, and going. And the video after this.
Very exciting. This is exciting.
I mean, this is exciting too. It just, the Lord just keep thing after thing after thing. So the video after this, we'll have, y'all see some pretty cool, the cool news we've been telling y'all for a while that we had. Y'all finally get to find out what it is. Y'all may have an idea, maybe, if y'all really paying attention to some things that we've been doing on Instagram. But again, y'all see.
It's fun.
It's real cool.
Fun stuff ahead. We're finally outside. This is when we thrive the most. The trees are green again.
Yep.
New life is here, literally.
Right, for real. He showed up literally at the perfect time. The timing was nuts.
So, thanks for being here, guys. We really appreciate y'all.
Yes.
All the prayers for the little man and us and just checking up on us. We appreciate that.
Yes.
That you guys are here with us, going through each phase of our life, which is just so crazy to us still. Like sometimes we just sit and like realize like, wow, we really got y'all with us.
Yeah, really is. The Lord really dropped y'all off. Like, this is crazy.
Yeah. But yeah, we appreciate y'all and we will see you in the next video.
Until next time, we'll see y'all there.
Bye.
Peace.